Okay, students. Here's our equation. The graph of the linear function passes through the points 2, -8, and -110. Identify the key features below. We need to identify the x-intercept, the y-intercept, and the 0. So when you're given 2 points, you want to make a table. So let's choose our table. Just a minute. Let me get the right mouse here. All right. So I'm going to draw a line here, and I'm going to put my X and my Y. We're given 2 points. The first is 2, -8. The X value is 2. The Y value is a -8. The next one is a -1, 2. -110. So the X value is 1, the -1, and the Y value is 10. So we have a table, and we need to find x-intercept. Remember, the x-intercept is when the y value is 0. So we want to know when is y 0 so we can have the x-intercept. So that's going to be a number here, which we don't know what it is yet. And the y-intercept is when the x value is 0. So we will have a number here for y, and written as a point is 0, whatever that number is. So that's our y-intercept, that's our x-intercept. And a 0 is the same as your x-intercept. So they're the same. All right, so let's go to the next screen here. Just a minute. Let me hide these controls. Here, go to the next screen. And we're going to create a table. So my table is with x and y. Remember, my first value was a -2, and 2, -8, and then -1, -10. So 2, -8, -1, 10. So let's go here. We're going to put it in our table. 2, -8. The next value is -1 and 10. If you can't see it over here, remember this is a graph paper, so press the minus to zoom out so you can see your 2 points. I see it here, I see my point here, and I see my point there. So we use Desmos capabilities by typing in our slope-intercept form in programmable format. So our Desmos can generate for us our equation. We see our equation, our slope is a -6 and our y-intercept is 4. So I'm going to retype it here. Y equals -6x plus 4. And then I'm going to ask it to create a table for me so I can ask some questions. So right away, I can see that the y-intercept is 4, as I can see here. And the x-intercept we don't know yet, but we can see that it's in between 0 and 1. It's at 0.667. So 0.667 is 2/3. I know that to be the case. 0.667 is 2/3. So the x-intercept is 2/3. All right. So let's go back and get all of our answers written in. So the y-intercept is here where it crosses the y-axis. X-intercept is here. It's 0.667. We're going to have to learn some of those common fraction values. Notice when I put in 2 divided by 3, I get 0.6666667. And to change it, it's 2/3. So 2/3 is 0.667, which you see here. And we're going to go back and put in all the answers. So it says round to the nearest 100. That's going to be the second decimal place. So this is going to be, open parentheses, 0.67, 0. That's our x-intercept. We're going to press submit. And it says you got it right. Our y-intercept was located at 0, 4. And this just showed our notes that I had earlier. So you know that our y-intercept, the x value is 0, the y value is 4. So we know that our y-intercept is here is a negative, is 4. All right. The 0 is the same as the x-intercept. So we found our x-intercept to be 0.670. So we're going to go ahead and type that in now. So here we go. I don't know if they write this one as a point or not, but we're going to check it out to see which one it will accept. And I'm going to press submit. On that one, as a fraction is 2 divided by 3. Let's see if we can make that happen. 2 divided by 3. And we press submit. And we got them both right. I wrote it as a point, and then I wrote what the actual value was. So this is lesson Micro 2. You're going to go on and make sure your notes look like these notes here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to continue on the lesson by doing the practice problems, practice 5 on up through slide number 32. So you're going to do slides 16 through 32. All right, students, this is your equation here. Remember to always put this equation and always make a table. That's what you want to do. And on the previous one, let's go back. This slide, you want to make sure that you type in all of your stuff. You can use this bar here to create your table. And then you can use this square root to put in your x and put in your y and then put in all your values. So make sure you show your work. Always put your graph, use the desmos calculator to get all your information. Notice that once I knew what the equation was, I typed it and then I converted it to a table, and I was able to inquire what the x-intercept and y-intercept are. All right, if you have any further questions, make sure you ask.